I being remunerated?
Oh, right.
Has the time come for me to ask for more money?
We should be
Yeah.
our own cheerleader. We should be the person that
Yes.
advocates for ourselves.
Sometimes you
like-
need to also sit down with self and say, maybe this is no longer the place.
Yes.
I feel like a lot.
Does say no, you won't die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In corporate.
But now here's the thing, right? So you're going above and beyond, you're being consistent, you're doing all these amazing things. So you get the opportunities.
Yeah.
So you get a bigger and bigger team. Your job started out here, but now you get every project that's coming on. They're like, she can do it. She's so great. Let's give it to her.
Yes.
So now you're like, hold on. Am I being remunerated?
Oh, right.
Has the time come for me to ask for more money?
Very important.
Because it's true, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's those instances where, okay, fine, you've gotten like one project and okay, you've done one. But if it's multiple times and, it's not in the time space where, it's KPIs and it's normal annual increases and it's outside of all of that, and you want to ask, how do you go about asking for more money? Like, how do you know the time is right? What do you do?
I think the most important thing is jotting down everything. That,
Okay.
I feel like sometimes we say we deserve more money.
Yeah.
But it's important to literally jot down exactly the projects that you've worked on and also the outcome.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people say, oh, okay, I've worked on 10
Yes.
projects.
Yeah.
But did the projects better the company in any particular
Very
way? Because I feel like once you see that,
Yes.
then you have more of bargaining power as
love that.
opposed to saying, I deserve more money.
Yes.
No, and I think what you said is so important because sometimes, yes, if you increase your scope, it doesn't mean you're necessarily doing the job properly either. So when you get to that point of, let me be very honest with myself. Like, yes, I had those 10 projects. How many did I finish? Did I miss deadlines? Did I not communicate?
Yes.
Because remember, all those things play a role in terms of overall success.
Yeah.
It's all good and well to take on extra work.
Yes.
But if you're doing it poorly, then it might not be the right information to use to try and have a conversation and say, at what point can I earn more money?
Because even then, you're now actually doing these things successfully. So you're saying, I deserve more money, but how much more? You can't just come with a gut feel.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
You have to do some sort of market research. And, it's understandable that this is not always publicly available information, but do what you can,
Yes.
Go on Glassdoor, go on LinkedIn, check out job listings for roles similar to yours, see if those qualifications, those experiences match what you do, those JDs match what you do, and see what those job levels are advertising that role for, so that you're not coming with this random ballpark figure. Because I can promise you go into a meeting and you say, I deserve X amount more with no basis, you're getting nowhere.
for sure. I think we all, to be honest, feel like we would deserve more. And we should. We should be our own cheerleader. We should be the person that advocates for ourselves. But like you said, Zen, you need the data that backs it. Because I think, obviously, if we all sat here going, oh, I deserve more, where will an organization make money? So an organization will put money into someone where they can see the results, see the potential, like see what output is coming out of it. So that data is absolutely important. And what you said, what is happening in the market right now? You'll be surprised if you go and research. Maybe you're actually on par. Maybe you're earning above what the market is paying. All those things do play a role.
I think one thing that I would suggest people do is that even if you're not looking, maybe if you're in that space of you feel like you deserve more money, I feel like maybe go for an interview.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes when you go out there, it's either you'll come back and say, yeah, actually I deserve more money, or you also come back and say, okay, I still need to work on that. And actually you could also realize people are not paying as much as you thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, practice what you're going to say.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Don't be unpolished.
Because the last thing you'd want, right? You're sitting there and you're saying you want more money, but your pitch is off. Like
100%. And read the room. Like look at I mean, the reality is the economy of South Africa is currently struggling. And yes, there's definitely an element of I should be grateful I have a job. But it doesn't mean you should be treated badly. By no means do I believe that. But there is a balance. So if you're in an organization and there's restructuring or hiring freezes or things like that, and the reason you've taken on more work is because of a restructure, might not be the right climate right now,
Yeah.
then my advice would be ride it out, because this will only last for so long. Maybe in 6 months, things will have an upswing and there'll be an opportunity. But at that moment, it might be more better for you to actually just have a little bit of gratefulness and hold on to your job. So definitely read the room, is what I would say.
And I think, if someone does say no, and I always say this, if someone does say no, you won't die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
At least you've asked.
Exactly.
You've
If you
learned
don't
a
ask,
lesson.
the answer will be no.
Yes.
That's it.
There's no reason to feel embarrassed.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Or, feel like you can't face this manager.
No.
Understand why the answer is no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's specific objections in place, you can overcome those. Maybe they've given you a timeline. It's not okay, but for right now, but maybe in like 3 months' time. But then at least you have an answer rather than sitting there and growing like resentful upon resentful because you want more money, but like you feel like
And
no
that's
one's
it.
appreciating you.
That's it also. Take the emotion out of it.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
if you go there and your manager has to say, listen, we can't give you an increase right now, and then you get overly emotional and angry, like, I'm gonna start coming in late, I'm not gonna do my job,
yeah.
because obviously you do feel like you've been giving 110%, right? And it's fair, but the reality is they might not be in a position to give you an increase. Don't actually burn your bridges would also be my advice.
Yeah.
Take the emotion out of it. Go and have that conversation. Once you're ready to accept, what if they say no? I will still be okay. I will still give 100%. And yes, I'll be disappointed. I'll cry at home at night. It's okay. I'll process it, but I won't let it get to my actual day job.
Yeah.
So
And also, I feel like touching on what she's saying is that sometimes you need to also sit down with self and say, maybe this is no longer the place.
yes.
I feel like a lot
That's
of
a very
people
tough, yeah.
are comfortable in their current position,
yes.
and maybe they don't want to go out in the market. And maybe going out in the market is actually the answer to you
Yeah.
getting more money.
Yeah.
And change is hard, guys.
Yes.
I feel like